Hello students, this is Friday's grammar. It's super simple. We're just doing the exact same thing we did yesterday. We are learning more about indirect objects. Not even learning more, we're just doing more homework with indirect objects. So let's just review. Whenever we have a sentence, if it's got prepositional phrases, let's go ahead and cross those out. We remember those begin with a preposition and end with a noun. I just want to reiterate, this is Friday's grammar. And yes, you are going to have homework Friday. We are really behind in grammar. And so we need to, there won't be, I don't think there's any other homework besides grammar. I will double check, but I'm pretty sure that is, I mean, you'll be at home, so your classwork obviously will be happening, but homework, that should just be grammar. Oh, and math, my math class will be having homework. Anyway, so we cross out prepositional phrases, and then we go back and we find the verb, and it has to be an action verb, something you could get up and show and do, and it may be a verb phrase, but then you find the verb, you ask who or what does the verb, and that is how you are going to find your subject. And then once you have the subject, to find the direct object, we say subject verb, what or whom, and that guides us to the direct object. And then to the indirect object, we remember that it's sandwiched between the action verb and the direct object. It's not going to be an article, it's not going to be an adjective. Okay, it's going to give us more information on the subject and verb. And you ask to what, or to whom, or for what, or for whom, and you find the indirect object. So just a little review on that. Today's homework, Friday's homework, is page 102 or 3, and it does go over to 104. There are 10 sentences. And it says, all of the following sentences contain direct objects. All of them are going to have direct objects. By now, you guys are pros at finding the direct objects. Some of them contain indirect objects. So not all of them will have indirect objects, but all will have direct objects. Write the numbers 1 through 10 on your paper. After each number, write the object or objects in the sentence. Underline the indirect objects. So this time, they're not telling you which ones have or don't have them. So you have to look for them. So today, 1 through 10 on your paper, you'll be able to find the direct objects because we've been finding those all week. And then remember, sandwich in between your action verb and your direct object. If there is going to be one, will be your indirect object. And remember that it answers the question to what, or to whom, or for what, or for whom. And it gives you, so what you can do is you can read the subject and the verb and the direct object and then say to what or to whom, for what or for whom, and if it answers that question, then you have your indirect object. We're going to do one together. Since not all of them have one, let me find one that does. Let's see. I'm going to pause this so I can find this. All right, so we're talking about baseball in today's grammar assignment. Number 6, we're doing together, so you do not have to do this one. You can, but you don't have to. The hard ball gave Spalding many bruises on his hand. First thing we're going to do, on his hand. Now you don't have to write the sentences out. You just are going to number and answer it, but we're doing this, and you can do this mentally or you can write it out, but you do not have to. You could even use a whiteboard if you wanted, but really you should all be able to do this mentally. But if you want to do it another way, you can. So on his hand, then let's go back and find our verb. The hard ball gave Spalding many bruises. Our verb is gave. Who or what gave? Ball. Right, and then hard and the, we have an article and we have an adjective, but this is our subject. So the hard ball gave what or whom? What did the hard ball give? Spalding many bruises. So what did it give? It gave bruises. So my direct object is bruises. So I'm going to write bruises. Okay, and then I go back and I think, here's my verb, my action verb. Here's my direct object. Somewhere in between there, if there's an indirect object, that is where it will be. Now, many is not, the hard ball gave many bruises. I mean, it tells us to what extent or how many, what color, what kind, how many, which one, but this is just telling us this is connected to bruises. So the hard ball gave bruises to what or to whom? To whom did the hard ball give bruises? Spalding. So my indirect object is Spalding. I don't care what order you write these in, because then you're going to go and you're going to underline, wow, that was really crooked. You're going to underline your indirect object so that you show me that you know which one's the indirect object. And that is tonight's homework. So Friday's grammar, exercise 5, pages 103 to 104. There's just 10 of them, and I did one, so you have 9 left. Awesome. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day.